Hello team, today's challenge is HTML Content Extractor, where we're given this string, this HTML string, and we need to return just the text content. So effectively what we're doing is stripping the tags. And that is a challenge that we've seen before over here in HTML Tag Stripper, which is the October 15, 2025 challenge, right? So we are going to use exactly the same code, and because it's so short, I can type it again. We go down here and we go regular expression equals what? Well, it's going to be those two angle brackets, and anything can be inside of those, but it cannot be the closing angle bracket. So we do that with the square brackets and the not character and that angle, okay? And then after the square brackets, we add a plus because we want one or more characters inside of here. It's either going to be a P tag or an H1 or a strong or an M or an image, anything, okay? And then to finish this off, we want it to be global, right? We want to capture all these tags. And the nice thing about this is that it will capture the closing tag as well, right? So we would have angle bracket backslash for the closing P tag. Well, this will catch that too. So no worries there. Down here, we replace. So just like this, replace the regular expression with an empty string, and it's done. And unfortunately, this is where we have to leave it today, right? Because of how FreeCodeCamp, whatever system they're using on the back end to test the code out, it doesn't allow for DOM manipulation. And that's kind of a shame because this is not the strongest way to do this. It gets the job done, but if you had user input or something like that, this is not the most secure way. In fact, the most secure way would be something like this. Well, sorry, maybe not the most secure. Maybe that's a misspoke. Maybe that's me misspeaking and fumbling over my words. But we could do something like this, where we use something called DOM parser, and then we parse that string to HTML, and we give it a MIME type, that text HTML, at which point we can extract the text content from it. Or there are a few times where it might be null, right? If it's the document object, right? If it's the topmost thing, this should actually be a question mark. I don't know why I did that, but nullish coalescing. We could do this. Now, again, if I comment this out and run it, it breaks. In fact, the code specifically says DOM parser is not defined. It says extract content is not defined because DOM parser is outside. If I move that inside, clear this out, run it again, you'll see that just DOM parser is not defined, okay? The problem is that, again, we don't have access to any of the DOM methods or utilities that we would normally have as front-end developers. So this absolutely doesn't work, but to show you that it could work, I'm going to bring in some code. So here is the exact same thing that I just pasted in, right? We have that parser, DOM parser, the extract content, the parse from string function, and the returning. Again, this should really be the question mark, but that's okay. For this one, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. So we're going to run it, and we get hello world, okay? If we run with an empty tag, because I've already have this in here, I can just go and keep pasting stuff in. So just an image tag is an empty string. If I had an image, because images are inline, we can do some text. I hit that. It's weird that I get a starting space in here, but that's just how it goes, right? It's trying to determine those text nodes within the HTML. So this absolutely works and gets the job done, but we can't use it up here. So for that, we need to comment this out, bring this one back for today, and make it work, okay? Again, not every solution, just hopefully one good solution. And if you need security, then you really want to try something like DOM parser. It is going to be your friend in there. Otherwise, you're into specialized libraries, right? You can import those libraries, you can use them. They are awesome. There's one called DOM Purify that is used everywhere, right, for stripping tags. But yeah, for today, we can use a regular expression. If you found a different way, if you like it, if you hate it, hit me up in those comments. Otherwise, today, this has been HTML Content Extractor, which is also HTML Tag Stripper. And I will see you in the next one.